Thanks, Asaph.
Sure, no problem.
That was great.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wake Up Missoula. I am your host, Scott Ramp.
And I'm Noelle McAvoy.
We have a full show today. We have
really
a lot
do.
of people on today. We have Steve Gluckert, the curator for the Missoula Art Museum, and he's been curator for over 23 years. Mm-hmm. We have Athena and Nickel Slamvich.
You can't laugh after it.
I have to, but
Hellgate
we have
Roller
Hellgate
Girls.
Roller Girls.
They're talking about their 2015 calendar. We've got the photographer here with one of the girls,
Mm-hmm.
so that's cool.
And we have Trelach O'Riordan, who is doing an Irish Christmas in Montana, and he's here to talk about it in a bit.
Cool.
So, but first I want to start off by saying the weather. It's so much warmer outside.
It so is, yeah.
It is very much warmer.
It was kind of nice
outside.
today.
Here's a little look at our little webcam, as you can see.
It's a busy morning,
It's
unlike
a really
Wednesday
busy
morning. Lots of people driving around, being responsible, doing stuff. Good job, everyone.
So apparently it's foggy outside.
Oh, okay.
From what the weather service says, but it is 28 degrees Fahrenheit. It felt way warmer than that this morning. Yeah. Today it's going to be a 30% chance of rain and snow. Mostly cloudy tonight. Saturday you can expect rains, but highs into the 30s, high 30s. But it's going to try to reach about 40 by Tuesday, and so on and so forth. But you can expect a sunny Sunday and sunny Monday. Yeah,
partly cloudy, high 39 and 38 on Sunday and Monday. So we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't freeze on Tuesday.
Yep. And tonight there is a new program. There's only one new program, so I'm going to go through that real quickly. It's Media Assistant Grant. We provide programming for any nonprofit here in town that wants to broadcast their event, their cause, their lecture. You name it, we show it, as long as it's not for commercial use. Mm-hmm. But there's always loopholes around that, but still. Here is 50 Years of Wilderness. This is the Wilderness Issues Lecture Series, and this is part 8 that's going on tonight on MCAT.
Well, what of the future? Maybe 300 plus million acres? I think so. The key to it, I started with it, is that passion, the audacity. The other day, late August, the president signed his annual proclamation making September Wilderness Month. And in one of the clauses he said, he used the word audacity, which, as I recall, is an Obama favorite word. And it's audacious to consider that we're working to preserve areas that will be preserved in perpetuity.
And that's going to be on tonight on MCAT. I'm not sure exactly when, but look for it tonight.
It'll be on tonight.
It'll be on tonight. Usually around 7:30, 6:30, prime time.
Prime time. Prime Friday time. Yeah.
And if we have enough time for today, we'll show the flagship video of the week. But for right now, I want to show all our social networking sites where you can find all the great information. You can log on to wakeupmissoula.wix.com. You can go to our mcat.org. We have our own artist, Sam Tillman, doing youth for our first Friday at the 500 North Higgins. We have our Facebook page, totally like MCAT on Facebook, totally like Wake Up Missoula on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Scott will tweet you back.
I will totally tweet you back.
Yeah, but up first, we have got our first guest.
Yes, Steve.
Steve Gluckert, Curator from Missoula Art Museum. He's talking about 2 local artists. Well, are they from Missoula, or are they...
They're around the area.
Yeah,
one is Montana, and the other one is a long-standing artist, travels around, does a lot of art.
Cool.
The first one is Kate Hunt, I'm going to show you, and then after the interview, I'm going to show you a little taste of Patrick Zentz, which he utilizes the environment for music, and you can see it also looks really cool, but I'll show you that as soon as we're done with that interview. But for right now, I'll show you a little bit of Kate Hunt's interview that MCAT produced, and we'll bring out Steve.
My name is Kate Hunt, and this is my work. I was born in Chester, Montana, actually in Havre, but moved to Chester when I was 4 months old. I think a lot about the landscape of Montana. The landscape I was raised in was very austere, but very beautiful, very complicated. It was a big sky country, and it gave me permission to work without a lot of color and a very austere type work that has a lot of complicated things going on. And I use the materials I do for the color and for the message that they send. I think of materials as communication. If I were to add something like chickens or, feathers, that would send a message that wouldn't relate to the work. I look around this gallery and I see my work here and not in.
And those are some of the images from Kate Hunt. You said it yourself, those are some great images.
We got Steve with us today.
Yeah.
Hello, Steve. How are you?
Very good. Thanks for having me on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So who is showing artwork at the Missoula Art Museum?
Well, we we have these two shows that are up right now, and there's some similarities in the two shows and the two artists, and so they're going to be with us tonight for First Friday, and we have Kate Hunt, who's coming down from Kalispell. We cross our fingers with the roads today.
Right.
And Pat Zentz is coming over from Laurel, and they're both Montana artists, and they've been doing art for a long time in the state of Montana, and it's nice to be celebrating them tonight. And they'll both be talking at 7, and then we're going to have a panel discussion with them at 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah, it's so nice to have the artists come down and talk about it. I think First Friday is a great venue to do it. Tell me, what are some of your favorite pieces by each of the artists?
Well, I think this floor piece right here in the center of the museum by Kate is, it's just called Floor, and it's a pretty spectacular piece. It's interactive. People can walk on it if they'd like, but Kate works with material that's most of us discard or recycle. These are all made from newspaper, and they're compressed, and they're about 6 inches square. Wow. And she has these steel rods that go through them and compresses them, and they're really, really durable.
Are they heavy?
They're very heavy.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Yeah.
And how long are they going to be in there?
This show will be up through February 21st. So.
And then tell us about Pat's work.
Pat has a little bit different angle. These three pieces of Pat's, which we call Trio, they each specifically have a name. They're three musical instruments. One is a flute, one is a cello, and one is a drum. And these, of course, are Pat's interpretations of those. And each of those instruments responds to the environment outside. So we actually have these anemometers on the exterior of the building, and the instruments are activated by wind velocity and wind direction. So the cello, there's 4 cello arms that are plucked, and depending on the direction, that depends on how they are plucked and which ones are plucked, and so.
That's so neat. That's really neat.
So what? How long are they going to be at the art museum?
Pat's work will be up until March, and those pieces, though, were donated to the Missoula Art Museum by John and Carol Green, and they're patrons who live in Billings, and the museum is just thrilled that we have these pieces coming into the collection, that we'll be able to show them, occasionally. And Pat is an important artist in the history of art in the state of Montana, so we're thrilled that we're also able to celebrate him. Both of these artists are really important Montana artists. They're doing contemporary work in a place that maybe is steeped in romanticism. And I think each of these people are doing work that's very real as opposed to romantic, if that makes sense.
Yep, it totally does. Yeah, and so what time do the talks start tonight?
Well, the reception starts at 5 and runs till 8, and then Kate's going to talk briefly at 7, and then Pat's going to talk immediately following her. And then tomorrow we're going to have, it'll be a pretty informal panel discussion. It'll start at 1, and we really hope people show up because we're going to open it up for questions at that time for people.
And also, if people want more information about the Missoula Art Museum, how can they get in contact with you?
Or call. We can call. You can call. We can call.
Yeah,
We call each other.
728-0447, and or go online. So, to Missoula Art Museum. There's a website there. So.
Awesome.
Well, we have
exciting.
a full show today.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, and check out some art. There's a lot of art going on. It's First Friday. Lots of stuff going on. Check it out. Panels.
Yep.
Meet the artists.
So panel tomorrow at 1, and then Kate Hunt is going to talk at 7, and the Pat will talk immediately after her, and reception starts at 5. So yeah. Missoula
come
Art
out.
Museum. What's the address of Missoula Art Museum?
335 North Patty.
Okay.
Just across from the post office, so
Yeah.
you can't miss it.
Yeah, please come out.
All right. We'll be right back with some Hellgate Roller Girls.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back. We're here with Athena and Knuckle Slam, bitch.
The
We're here to talk
Hellgate
about-
Roller Girls.
I can't stop from laughing. But yeah, we have you guys are having an autograph signing and signing the calendar that you guys just released.
Yeah.
We never got a really good chance to look at it when you came on Missoula Live.
Oh,
But
yeah,
here
it
it
wasn't,
is.
It wasn't ready yet.
It wasn't ready,
released.
but now it is.
It was at the press.
Yeah.
Picked up.
Well, let's cool. So, and then Athena, you're the photographer for all this. So, what is the concept behind? What was your idea and concept behind that?
Yes. Well, it's my 9th calendar with Hellgate Roller Girls. I've been photographing them for 6 years, and we do a calendar or more every year. This one I just really wanted to kind of reach out more into the public, our community. So I asked 14 artists to participate with me and the girls, and they brought art to the. They brought the art, brought the roller girls, and we created a scene, and then they interact with the art. So here's Andy Smetanka's art where he worked really small, and this time we worked really big for this project. So this is all tiny pieces, cut paper that we put in the Merc window, and then had Foghorn J and Registered Nasty model for April. So 14 artists, 12 months, cover and back cover, all local artists, and it was really a great collaboration.
How long did it take for you to do all this?
All year, because each calendar page was like an event itself. You know, we had preparation, we had to decide what we were going to do, photograph the shoot, then we had the post-processing of it all and printing and all that. So yeah, it took a while.
Awesome, cool. And so, what month are you? Because I know that you were definitely
September.
in there. Okay.
You don't seem so enthusiastic. Which month would you have preferred?
September's my birthday month, and the artist's birthday month.
And who was your artist?
Trevor
Winner?
Parr was my artist. He's a tattoo artist, so
Oh yeah.
There
he
it is.
tattooed me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So did you actually get that tattoo? Everyone asks me.
I did get that tattoo. It still lives on my neck.
Forever and ever. Yeah. That's really cool though. So did that hurt a lot? As most tattoos normally do.
He has a pretty gentle touch, I must say, yes. I had another one that hurt more, for sure. He's good. He's a good artist, good tattoo artist.
And so I know that DraftWorks, is it this coming Sunday? Or
It's
this coming, Tuesday?
Yeah.
What's going on at DraftWorks?
They're having a Cheers for Charity for the Hellgate Roller Girls at DraftWorks, where 50 cents from every pint sold between 5 and 8 p.m. on Tuesday, December 9th, goes to the Roller Girls. So,
Nice.
yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Come down, drink a beer with some Roller Girls. And we're going to have the calendars for sale, so anyone can come down and pick them up, get them signed. We're going to have all the girls there to sign, so
Sweet.
yeah, it's going to be a blast.
How much are the calendars?
They're $20.
And then where can you pick them up?
Okay, I've got a list. Warden's Market, Rockin' Rudy's, Betty's Divine, Elements Board Shop, Downtown Pond, Mission Paint, Monty Dolak's Studio, Factor Fiction, Trevor Parr's Studio, Zootown CrossFit, and Hellgate Cyclery.
Awesome.
And then Athena's website, athenaphotography.com, or hellgaterollergirls.org. So,
There's just a lot of different places.
yeah,
Great.
and on Amazon, so it's kind of everywhere.
So it's easy.
Yeah.
So if you want to find it, it's easy. Just search for it and you'll be able to find it. Really simple.
Yeah, really easy. So,
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's
we're super
awesome.
excited.
And then what else is going on with you guys?
Well, we were looking for a home the last time we were here, and we found a temporary home. Signed a 6-month lease, and it's off of North Street and close to Brooks and the old Great Golf Great.
Oh yeah, that
Place.
virtual golf place.
Yeah. So that's ours now.
Cool.
And but we're still keeping our eyes peeled for a place we can bout in and call permanent. So
Yeah.
and then we're also doing a boot camp in January, and you can go to our website to find out more information. You can register through Facebook, Hellgate Roller Girls on Facebook. It's going to be on Mondays from 5:30 to 7:30 for 2 months. Price of registration is $60. And then we have packages through our pro shop that people can get for cheaper, skates and pads and stuff. So it'll be a lot of fun and good way to get in, entry-level skaters. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Well, you heard all the information here. Just
Yeah.
one more time. It's going to be next Tuesday at DraftWorks at
At 5 to 8 p.m.
5 to 8 p.m. Cool. So meet some roller girls,
Yeah.
get a calendar, have them sign it. It'll be
some
worth
beer.
like $1 million in like 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, I was there. You can be like, I was there.
Especially with the artist edition too,
Yeah.
They're all artists. That
I
are
know,
involved in
that's
it, so
really
that
cool.
extra.
And I feel like $20 is so reasonable for like all those artists and all the time and work you put into it. Yeah, I'll definitely grab one.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we'll be right back. We have Treylock O'Riordan. He's talking about an Irish Christmas in Montana that's happening this weekend. So we'll be right back with that. All right, we are back with Treylock O'Riordan, and
Ailish. And they are here with putting on an Irish Christmas in Montana, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Awesome. And so you guys have some events going on this weekend.
We do, actually. We've been doing this for the past number of years. We, about 4 years ago, we decided that the Christmas season here needed some Irish spice. So what we did is that we brought in some performers from outside, and then somebody said, you know, bringing in performers from outside is a bit like going to the store for a bottle of milk when you got a cow at home. We look at all the talented musicians, singers and dancers we have here in Montana, and a lot of them with an Irish heritage and connection to it all as well. So we said, okay, why don't we just draw on what we have here? And we were very fortunate when we have people from Ireland who are like Ailish alongside me, champion fiddle player, and then we have the Irish Americans. Anytime you bring the Irish and the Irish Americans together, you get chaos. But actually an awful lot of creativity. And I'm telling you something, I went up last night to look at them rehearsing, and I swear to God, the energy coming off that stage, you know, was powerful, you know, powerful. There's an awful lot of credit due to everybody who has worked to make this happen. It's going to be a great show.
Mm-hmm. And so when is the show?
The show is actually, the first one is on Sunday at 7:30 at the Recital Hall. Saturday at 7:30. What am I talking about? It's very early in the morning for me.
I understand.
So that's tomorrow. Yeah.
That's tomorrow at 7:30 and at the Recital Hall, and the tickets are for a family at $20, and as we've been saying to people, a family is parents and 2 kids, 20 kids. We don't care how many kids you got, bring them along, because this is all about the kids and the next generation.
Nice.
Anyway,
Awesome.
there's $15 general admission, $10 for seniors and for Friends of Irish Studies, and $5 for students.
Awesome.
And then the second performance is on Sunday at 3 o'clock. That's the kind of matinee.
and it's all at the Music Recital Hall.
At the University of Montana, that's correct.
It's the piano-shaped building. Most people say it's not the piano-shaped building. A lot of the people at the university say it's not piano-shaped, and I say it's piano-shaped. It looks piano-shaped.
It looks piano-shaped, and the way the things are looks like keys as well. Like if you look at the windows in front of it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is piano-shaped. What kind of piano do these people have? You know. But anyway, so that's I suppose the long and the short of it. And again, like we want to thank those who've helped us to make it possible, like the Ancient Notified Baronians, LMG Security, and Ireland Tile and Marble, for all their support for this, and of course the Friends of Irish Studies. You know, I've done enough talking. Have you? I dragged her out of bed this morning. Come in here.
I may as well do something. So
That was great. How long have you been playing the fiddle for?
since I was this size.
Yeah.
Quite a while.
That's awesome. That's
You were
really
8, weren't you, when you started? Or 7?
8 or 9, I think.
8 or 9. Yeah. Cool. Do you play anywhere else around town?
And well, there's a great group that play in the Union Club actually on a Friday night, so I join them sometimes.
Nice.
I actually, I talk about events on the show, so I always talk about the Irish music that they play at the Union.
Yeah. I came across them. I'm only here since August, but I came across them pretty early on. They're great people. So yeah.
Good. That's fun. Awesome. Well, is there anything else that you guys want to tell us?
Well, I think that's just to bring everybody along. This is a big family event, and that it will help as well, the Irish Studies program, and help us to bring more musicians, because we're also looking at having a spring series of concerts that we have been doing. And again, we just have to kind of depend on the community to support our events, which will give us the resources to go ahead with this as well. We have one other thing that might be of interest to people, because I know people are agonizing over Christmas gifts at the moment.
Oh, yes.
And we have a trip to Ireland. It's a raffle. We do it every 2 years. The tickets are $5 each, or a book is 6 for $25. But these things make great stocking stuffers. So if you're wondering about, getting a stocking stuffer for some work colleague friend. If there's somebody you don't like, we can actually send them on a one-way trip to Ireland. But either way, it's a great stocking stuffer. It's a nice little gesture, and it goes to help the program. And you can pick up tickets at Rock and Rudy's, or you can get a hold of us at the Friends of Irish Studies .com.
Awesome.
So that's it. But I would encourage people to come along and bring the kids in particular, because this of course depends on the kids getting involved now and learning the music and learning the dance and making sure that culture that has come down to us, that we actually do our part to pass it on, and we're passing it down to the next generation. It's like a kind of a responsibility. I try and think of a kind of a more profound expression here, to say this, but it's like the torch has been passed on to us now. We are kind of have the responsibility of passing it on to the next generation. And it's things that it's when you bring the Irish and Irish American and you see, like, when they get together, just how creative they are, and you say to yourself, wow, there really is a future for Irish culture, particularly in Montana, because Montana is a really special place and a very Irish place, as you know. So it's great. It's great to have this opportunity. It's great to be in a place we have so many wonderful singers and dancers and musicians, and it's great to have the Irish connection. As I said earlier, the whole culture survived because of a collaboration between Irish America and the Irish in Ireland anyway. So this is all part of something that has very has a history, going way back.
Yep, and this something is happening this weekend at 7:30 p.m. at the Music Recital Hall. And if you missed it, you can always watch it on Sunday at 3 p.m. Did I say that all right?
You did. You got all over that. That's the Irish Christmas in Montana. Saturday, 7:30, Recital Hall, and Sunday, 3 p.m. again in the Recital Hall.
So when you're done watching the Parade of Lights, rush on down to the Music Recital Hall.
Yep.
Absolutely, and bring your family, friends, in-laws, outlaws, anybody along. We're going to have a great time, because the music they were playing last night, we get the dead up to dance. It's incredible.
Awesome. Awesome.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. Here is a nice little short video.
Well, biceps on a blue cat. Yo, how about the blue panther? Biceps on a blue cat. Yeah, 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 biceps on a blue cat. Everybody gets ice cream. School stinks.
You watch it. Get out of my way, punk.
I'm sorry.
All right, I'm sorry too. I didn't mean to get mad.
That's what I thought. I'm sorry. I heard you got a fight with Gracie.
No.
Don't worry. You didn't hear from me. I heard it from Batman.
Kids today.
Hi.
Oh, hey Johnny, what's up?
I hear there's a fight going on.
Between who?
Between Gracie and the other kid.
Who's the other kid?
I have no idea. But you didn't hear from me.
Okay. Sorry, I can't.
Is that where you're taking your weekend video home?
Oh, he's got a name for you. You better watch your back. You looking for trouble, Pilgrim?
No. Are you?
No!
All right then.
Biceps on a blue cat. Yeah, biceps on a blue cat. Yeah, biceps on a blue cat. I sits on a blue cat, on a blue cat, on a blue cat, on a blue cat.
All right, there's
Oh,
that.
man.
Oh, I didn't give a good introduction to it, but that was C.S. Porter's Flagship. It was one of the last videos I'll ever edit this year, and hopefully I'll be back next year. It was great. A lot of great kids.
Oh, they're
We
so
had like
funny.
a endless cornucopia of volunteers to help us out. It was pretty awesome.
That's awesome. Those kids are so funny. So funny.
I
love those
they got
videos.
it from me.
They got it from their parents.
We got it from.
you just help them.
I just like craft their craziness.
Yeah. Oh man, those kids are funny. That's awesome.
You have events, do you not?
I do, yeah, I do have events. And so, as always, on First Fridays, I like to just highlight First Friday events. It's a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on for First Friday. So, first event starts at 3 p.m. today. It's called, this is the Thought Cloud Factory, which is at a warehouse on 725 West Alder Street, Suite 8. So, Thought Cloud Factory, they're having their studio open house. The artist, Theo Ellsworth, is going to be there. He's going to open their doors, and he's going to be signing his new book, The Understanding Monster, from 3 to 9. And there'll be refreshments, and just, bunch of artwork, book signings, people hanging out. So that's 725 West Alder Street. And then Meadow Sweet Herbs is having their annual tea party at 4 p.m. They're going to have free food, music, locally made gifts. They're going to have book signings by authors, music by Jody Mosher, and a free gift wrapping. They'll also be co-hosting with, So, that's at Meadow Sweet Herbs annual tea party at Meadow Sweet Herbs.
Cool.
So check that out. It's on 3rd Street, downtown. Frame of Mind is having their student showcase art shows. This is at Frame of Mind, and is put on by Hellgate High School, starting at 4:30. Larry's Bicycle Lamps Art Show is going to be at Hellgate Cyclery. This guy is made a bunch of lamps out of bicycle parts.
I don't think I've ever been to Cyclery.
Hellgate Cyclery.
Oh, it's the one just in the alleyway?
It's an alley. Yeah, it's in the alleyway.
They have a nice,
downtown.
cute little sign that hangs just above it,
Yeah.
just before you hit DePlanck. So I just gave you directions.
Yeah, it's in an alleyway in between Pine Street and Broadway, I do believe.
Just before Planck.
Yep. So they're gonna have artful lamps made out of bicycle parts. That's really cool. It starts at 5.
No, wait, it's just after Planck. Sorry, I'm confused. It's right after Faruqi's in that alleyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there. You'll see a sign.
It is totally there.
Look down the alleys between like Pine Street.
And you can't really miss it since it's right behind the Missoula Art Museum. So you go to the Missoula Art Museum, then you go through the alleyway. There you are.
Yeah. Yeah. And so Gecko Designs is having free beer, paint, and prints at First Friday opening starting at 5. It's painting and prints by Missoula artist Parker Beckley. And so they'll also have some drinks. So that's 5 to 8 at Gecko Designs. The Governor's Room in the Florence Hotel is having a Festival of the Trees. This is a 3-day event starting at 10 a.m. It's a tour of the trees for the annual Festival of the Trees. You can see the magic and hear the music of Christmas. Sounds great. That's December 5th, 6th, and 7th starting at 10 a.m. Okay, I've got the times for you. So December 5th, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., $2 entry fee. December 6th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., $2 entrance fee, and 6 to 9, holiday wine and pine, which
You're pining for wine. There you go.
Yep, that'd be pretty sweet. And then at December 7th at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. is a teddy bear tea party, and that's $10. So that'd be
$10
fun.
for a teddy bear tea party?
Yeah, it better be good.
That's ridiculous.
Those teddy bears better be made of gold.
Yeah, they better
I want
be,
a golden teddy bear, and I want to bring it home for $10.
And they better be stuffed with something.
Yeah, be stuffed with liquid gold, more diamonds, something.
That's like oil, liquid gold. Texas tea.
Maybe that's what I want.
Beverly Hillbillies? Yeah,
Maybe I just hate the environment.
maybe you just hate the environment.
I think I do. And music and art.
Okay, I believe you.
Scott doesn't care. I'm kidding, Scott.
You are? I have like no sense of humor.
I know.
Holla.
It's hard. It's hard to be funny on here when Scott's just like,
You're not
all
funny.
right. Yes,
kidding.
I am. I know I am.
No, I'm just saying because I'm just feeding off what you're saying. When Scott's like, "You're not funny." But
Yeah,
I think you're funny. I think you're hilarious.
I mean, I don't even know. All right, back to events. Okay. There is Children's Museum of Missoula is having their first Fridays featuring St. Joseph Preschool. So there's going to be a bunch of artwork from preschool. So that's so cute. That's at the Children's Museum. Starting at, free admission 5 to 7. There is, and like I said, like we talked about earlier, the artist reception for Kate Hunt and Pat Zentz at the Missoula Art Museum. Check that out. That's going to be really cool. It's a lot of really neat. Pat's got those cool musical instruments, and Kate Hunt has her newspaper floor. That's so neat. Yeah, check that out. Brunswick Artist Studios is having a holiday open house. So the Brunswick building on 223 West Railroad Street, they're having a 2-day artist open house. Yeah, and so their visual artists are Miller, Emery, Murray, Carlson, and Germain. These are their last names. And so they're having it tonight from 5 to 8, and they're also having it tomorrow from 11 to 4. And so
this is near the Red X's, I think.
Yeah, yep, Brunswick building, yeah. And so Claire Emery, which is one of the artists featured, she's doing woodblock prints in Holiday Open Studio. And so what it is just a bunch of woodblock prints. She uses Montana and nature and the landscape as an inspiration. So a lot of her prints are nature themed.
Cool.
Yeah, so that'll be at the Brunswick building that's on Railroad Street, that cobblestone street that's facing the railroad. Yeah, you can't miss it. It says Brunswick on it. Hunter Bay Coffee Bar is having a First Friday paintings by Jack Muzzy. They're going to have beer, wine, and coffee starting at 5.
Cool.
Yeah, Lake Missoula Tea Company is having a local artist his name is Lucas Fellon, and he'll be exhibiting paintings and collages at the Lake Missoula Tea Company. That'll be from 5 to 8. Betty's Divine is having a show called Elemental. It's a collaboration between 3 artists, Christine Gill, Bethany Stanberry, and the duo behind jewelry line Moth Muse. So they're going to join together with fashion designer and courtier Julia Latre of Donkey Girl, and the photographer and author Chris Latre. Yeah, and so what it is elementals. So earth, air, fire, and water, birth, life, death, and rebirth.
What about love?
Creation and destruction.
Sorry, Captain Planet.
It's not, no, I'm sorry.
Earth, fire, wind, water.
I think everyone just is full of love, so that's already there.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be an exploration via fashion, jewelry, photography about earth, air, fire, water, birth, life, death, and rebirth, and creation and destruction. So that'll be at Betty's Divine, and that should be pretty interesting from the sound of it.
I also read over your shoulder that it says for the final First Friday in her original location.
Oh.
So Betty's Divine is moving?
Huh. And for the final First Friday in her original... No.
Yeah, it looks like they're moving.
Really? You think so? Well, what I get from that is that, like, this is...
I think they're moving to a bigger location if they would do it.
Betty's Divine?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, I don't
Their stuff
either.
the place is usually packed full of stuff and people.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, might be. But if Betty's Divine is moving, I'll find out and I'll let you guys know.
Mm-hmm.
So NPG Ranch, they are having a First Friday event. They are located at 1001 South Higgins Avenue, Building B. And so they're having avian scientists are going to share information regarding how and why they study birds. And the topics will include equipment use, bird migration, seasonal bird observation, and bird conservation issues. They'll also have artwork and crafts for enjoyment and purchase. And 1001 South Higgins, Building B. Kelly Loader is having her art show at E3 Convergence Gallery called Emotion in Motion. Starts at 5 p.m. And it's she uses her struggles with bipolar disorder to create a collection which enunciates emotion as a means of her expression. So that should be really interesting. That's at E3 Convergence Gallery downtown at 5. There is Repertoire Art and Design is having a printmaking exhibition and installation today starting at 5. They're going to learn how to they're doing printmaking. And so they're going to have an exhibition by local artist, geographer, and teacher Stephen R. Holloway. Yeah, and you'll be an opportunity to buy signed prints, observe the printmaking processes, and experience a one-of-a-kind large print installation. So yeah, that sounds cool. The Whiz Pops are going to be playing at Fact and Fiction starting at 5:30. And the Clay Studio of Missoula is having a holiday sale and exhibition reception. This is put on by it's featuring work put on by current and past Clay Studio residents, local and national artists. So that'll be at the Clay Studio of Missoula starting at 5:30. Good Food Store is having First Friday tastings, cheese ball appetizers, starting at 5:30 and cost us $5. And they're gonna pair it with wine, so it'll be cheese and wine. Yeah. Monty Dolac Gallery is having a First Friday. They're doing New Montana Landscapes by Monty Dolac. Yeah, and so he's not around anymore, right?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so it's gotta be like things that are released that he hasn't.
Yeah.
No.
Several. Or re-released.
Re-released, yeah. Yeah, so they'll have music by Julian Jared Ricci. So that'd be cool. There's traditional Irish music at the Union Club starting at 6 p.m. That is today, and it is authentic taste of Irish music.
Speaking of Irish music,
yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, 7:30, 3 p.m. on Sunday.
Yep. There is a First Friday fencing class at the Missoula Fencing Association on 1200 Shakespeare. It's you can try it out for free, and if you've always wanted to go into fencing, here's your chance.
Nice.
Yeah, 1200 Shakespeare is starting tonight at 6:30. Ooh, Sunrise Saloon is having the girls' night out with the men of Chippendales. So ladies, if you like that, get out there. It's one night only, world's best girls night out. It's a special holiday show. So tickets are $20 and $30, and it's at the Sunrise Saloon.
Are you gonna go?
No.
If I buy you a ticket, would you go?
Well, if you cover my shift at work, sure. You want to roll burritos?
I know how to roll burrito.
Yeah.
Roll. No. Done.
Much more artwork into that.
I'll just like every time I see Noelle, I was like, "Hey Noelle, how's it going?" Oh, I need a Band-Aid.
Sometimes people ask me the difference between a taco and a burrito.
That actually really is nothing different. They're all the same ingredients.
Well, with taco,
that's the thing about Mexican food is it's all the same ingredients. It's like you have a carb, you have a vegetable, you have a bean, you have a rice. You basically have all your essential food groups in one bite.
My explanation of it is that a burrito you just roll, and a taco you fold. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, there's a First Friday bike ride put on by Missoula Moonlight Mash. This is a First Friday bike ride. So that'll be they'll meet at the Red X's at 7:30 p.m. and they're not going to wait around too long. So please be prompt. And they'll have drinks and holiday treats and a lot of winter biking. And so there's music tonight. The only music I saw was 3 Year Dog, which will be at Free Cycles, starting at 8 until the cops come. And then Tom Catmull will be at the Union Club at 9. And then, so if you want to find out what else is going on Friday and what's going on Saturday and Sunday, check out MissoulaEvents.net, and it'll tell you everything that's going on for the next couple days. Yeah, so that's what's happening in our community for First Friday.
Speaking of what's happening in our community, I do have city council events. It was really short. There's not much going on. But I'm going to use ASAP to transition into it. All right, ASAP, do you have a song for us?
Yeah, I was just doing just now.
Thanks, ASAP.
Thanks, ASAP.
All right. I'll make this short and sweet and to the point. This is the first meeting. It was the Parks and Conservation that happened every Wednesday. And Donna Glockler was talking about, because it's part of the city now, that the carousel was, the land was given to City of Missoula, and the carousel is looking to update their lease and and they want to expand. They want to build an addition to the building, and Donna Glockler is going to be. This is what she's going to be asking. So this is a little taste of that.
What we're asking you to do today is make 2 motions: one to approve the lease, a second to approve the management agreement, and both would be pending any final legal edits that Jim may need to make in his final review, and insertion of the proper legal description of the property from Dan Jordan. As we were going through this process and looking up all of the old documents from the 90s, we actually found that some of the documents weren't 100% correct. No surprise, we keep getting better at legal definitions and things like that. So it wasn't that there was any, I wouldn't even call them mistakes or errors of any kind. I think it's just a higher level of expertise. And we also realized that it was time for us to not just renew the agreement, but to bring you new agreements. And so I want to point out some of those things that would be occurring in this particular agreement.
Okay, so as you can see, that's highlighted in red. This is what they're gonna do. That's the add-on. They're gonna make it like a kind of like a conference room, private party area for people. Nice. And I think it's a good idea. I think it's a great idea. They're always running out of space there. They, when I remember when they first started, they used to have that shop where they used to serve all the food and you get the slushie and whatnot. That used to be where they rebuilt the horses, built horses, sand the horses, fixed the horses. Then they moved that down where the gift shop is now, because the gift shop used to like extend long ways. But then they shortened that, like basically cut in into 1/3 of its original size, and the rest of it went to the horse. Oh, okay. So, and this is going to add on to it. Good. Let's see. So, in continuation, Ms. Gockler basically is looking to adding the existing carousel, along with looking at renewing some of the policies in place for such a renewal and future plans. And they're also looking at potential 60-year lease, which is broken down into 5 10-year lease agreements. And this is what she had to say about that.
What was already in the agreement was that the carousel should go ahead and make improvements, but because we're looking at a 60-year agreement, what I have suggested is that repairs and improvements that are in excess of $5,000 and that last more than 5 years should be submitted to the Parks Department for approval prior to making such improvements. And the only purpose of that is so we can kind of check it against our own CIP program. We can follow up it won't always be Teresa. It might not be somebody as knowledgeable of all of the city codes and who to contact, and so that way the Parks Department can provide that liaison service.
Yep, and that's what she had to say. But of course, Teresa Cox, she's the executive director of Carousel. Carousel for Missoula is what they call themselves, and she talks a little bit about what they're going to be doing, how they're going to raise the money for this kind of stuff, and of course, since it's owned by the city in their own right, they lease the land, but the city owns it, and this construction would cost the city, but they're saying that they're going to try to raise the money for it and use the city as a last-minute resource if they need it. And this is what Teresa Cox had to say.
We built the carousel building and then gave it to the city, so the building does belong to the city. And when I went and talked to the mayor about it, he said he felt it was appropriate for the city to help with the costs of the expansion if needed, but I certainly hope to do it without help from the city, although I would like to retain that possibility.
Yep. And then Brian von Lossberg, city council member, he makes a statement saying that he doesn't want to feel as though that the city of Missoula would be a safety net. So this is what he had to say in regards to that.
I can see a compelling ask, coming forward, and I appreciate the heads up that it may come. It's more just the way it's worded about, we're going to try, but we have this safety net. I'm not sure if this is making much sense, but I hope, and I have every reason to believe that you're going to make a full-hearted effort on the fundraising front. So, and as Ed said, I think there's going to be, in continuation of last year's budget discussions, even increased scrutiny and justification called for funding that comes from requests to council. So Does that make sense?
It does make sense, and I understand. I do want to point out, though, that the building is the property of the city.
Yep.
So we are improving a city property.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so moving on, the committee of the whole is exercising the new, kind of like the new ordinance or thing they put into place, basically saying that the mayor is supposed to give an update every week about this whole Montana water acquisition. And this is basically what he had to say. This is the update. I'm going to show you a piece of the update. You can watch all of these meetings on the website at www.ci.missoula.mt.us. Basically, if you look in a search engine of City of Missoula, it's the very first website, and I'll show you how to reach these videos right after this.
Most recently, we've had a number of depositions, and we're preparing for a number of depositions. Robert Dove of the Carlisle Group, as well as Brian Lynn of the Carlisle Group, were deposed in Washington, D.C. Dove was deposed in Washington, D.C. on November 18th. Mr. Lynn deposed in New York City on the 20th, and Roger Wood, our investment banker, deposed on the 21st in New York City. Attorneys are meeting this week with some of our witnesses, Dale Bickle, Brent Ramharder, Star Sullivan, and Jason Deal, to prepare them for their depositions, which will happen next week. In the world of motions this week, our attorneys will file the city's opposition to Carlisle's motion for summary judgment. Carlisle, once again, has moved for summary judgment on the basis that it does not own the company. There is another motion pending, a motion to continue the trial date. That is to postpone the trial date past March, which we will oppose. And the response brief to that motion is due on the 15th of this month. Since we last talked, we've received another 3,000 pages of supplemental discovery information from Carlisle, and folks are going through that as we speak. We did receive all of Mountain Water's expert disclosure and accompanying reports. Carlisle to date, well, the whole cast of litigants have offered up 12 paid experts and 5 quasi-experts, and we're still trying to decide who it is we're interested in deposing among those folks. As of November 18th, we will have spent $933,588.13 on this litigation. There will be an additional bill from Boone Carlberg coming up for engineering services in the amount of $186,000. That will put us over the $1 million mark in pursuing this litigation.
And that's where we're at so far in the Montana water acquisition.
Did you hear how his voice got a lot quieter when he said, that'll reach us at the 1 million mark?
Yeah. Like anyone, like I'm assuming that no one likes to spend this kind of money. Like in general, no one likes to spend any kind of this money, but he said that if, like in the meetings before, and he said, he quoted that we spent $8 million a year on Mountain Water, just getting water from them.
Yeah.
So by in doing this, let's say we spend about $8 million to get our water back, that means that's $8 million that we don't have to give them.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, pick and choose your battles, and we're at the point of no return.
That's true. Yep.
Or are we? I don't know. It's up to you. What do you guys think about there in the real world, not on television?
Not TV world.
And you can totally give us your opinions. We say everybody's opinions, like all this stuff. We're unbiased as much as we can be, even though we lean a little more left than anyone else. But that's kind of the problem with Missoula sometimes.
Yeah.
Not the problem, but that's Missoula for you.
Yeah.
That's Missoula for you, folks. But if you want more information about the city of Missoula and you want to watch all these meetings in fruition, the whole entire meetings, they're not too long because it only took me like half an hour to find all these great clips. But yeah, here is the website. That's the lot of W's. .ci.missoula.mt.us. You can go to your government, go down to city council, and you can go to agenda, webcast minutes. It doesn't seem like anything will show up for the first couple of seconds, and then boom, you see agendas. It has MP4s, it has all this stuff. If you want to just listen to it, you can do the MP3, all sorts of great stuff that MCAT provides for you. MCAT, television for Missoula, by Missoula. Boom, I just like to plug Missoula. Hey, MCAT.
Hey.
But yeah, I want to leave on a high note, because I know how sometimes city council can be
a drag.
You know, because we had a full bunch of guests. I do want to thank Trey Locke-Reardon, Nickel Slam Bitch, I just like saying that, Athena, and Steve Gluckert, the curator from the MAM, the Hellgate Roller Girls, and Friends of Irish Studies. They all came on today, full show, first Friday, lots of great stuff going on here. And leaving on a high note, we're gonna do Hallmark or Bullmark.
Yeah.
Thanks, Asa. Sally Brown, a children's book author who lives in a small Massachusetts town where she and her late husband, an Army vet. It's not my phone.
It's me.
I don't have one.
That's me.
Anyways, we'll use this song now. Mark Green and his teenage daughter, Emma, find themselves struggling to put their lives back together after losing his wife and her mother 3 years ago. End up adopting a dog who wins their hearts and heals their souls. But Sally's journey to find Buddy, the dog, eventually connects her to Mark and Emma, who must decide if they want to give up the pet who helped make their lives whole again. And Sally has to decide if she wants to separate him from this loving pair. But wherever Buddy goes, love follows, helping to bring everybody the greatest Christmas present possible.
Oh my God, okay.
And it's called The Christmas Shepherd. Hallmark or Bullmark?
So, wow.
So Sally Brown is the children's book author. Oh, wait.
Whose dog runs away.
Yes.
And her dog gets picked up in a shelter by this guy.
This couple, the guy and the daughter,
Okay.
who's the guy and their mother died. And then they fell in love with the dog, and it's like it heals everything.
Definitely a Hallmark movie.
All right, what do you
I'm
think?
gonna agree.
All right, it is a Hallmark movie.
Oh yeah.
All right. I think.
Let's save the other one.
Let's save the other one for something.
Yeah.
Some other time.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say I do want to leave on a moment of zen. So, because we have another video from Ron. But first, I'll let Asaph wrap us up. Go ahead, Asaph. Play us out.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, for Wake Up Missoula, I'm Scott Ram.
I'm Noelle McAvoy. Thanks.